Hey, what's up, guys? Before we dive into today's video, I want to start with something a little different. Leave a comment below and tell me the most amazing thing you did when you were 12 years old. Trust me, it will make sense later on. So, did you know that Elon Musk was actually born in Africa? Yeah, not many people do. But that didn't stop him from becoming the incredible entrepreneur and visionary that he is today. In fact, by the time he was 12 years old, he had already read every single book in the local library. Can you imagine running out of books to read in 3rd grade? Now, I know what you're thinking. Max, what's all this talk about Elon Musk? Is this a biography video? Well, kinda. Today, we're diving into the biography of Elon Musk written by Ashley Vance. And let me tell you, this book is a must-read. Ashley does an incredible job of giving us an unbiased look into Elon's life, including both the highs and the lows. It's the kind of journalism that we need more of these days. So, let's get into it. When Elon was just 12 years old, he wrote a computer game with only 167 lines of code. And get this, he actually sent the code to a magazine and won $500. That was a lot of money for young Elon. The game was called Blaster and the player fought against space aliens. Hey, maybe he read too many comics as a kid, but he always had this idea that one should try to make the world a better place. And honestly, it makes sense. You see, Elon's futuristic traits started at a young age. Coupled with his immense book knowledge and photographic memory, he was truly out of the ordinary. He didn't have many friends at school because, let's be honest, not many kids were reading 10 hours a day like he was. He was like an Albert Einstein on steroids and Robert Downey Jr.'s Sherlock Holmes combined, with his prediction and analysis methods. It's pretty cool, if you ask me. Throughout the book, you'll see Elon's eccentric and unusual ways of thinking. For example, he would often point out flaws in people's thinking. He genuinely believed that they would be happy to hear his thoughts and their flawed reasoning. But let's just say he had to work on this as he managed hundreds of people later on. Now, let me share a little Easter egg story with you. When Elon was young, he had entrepreneurial tendencies. During Easter season, he and his brother would paint eggs and sell them to wealthier neighborhoods. But here's the kicker, around the same time, he also started creating homemade explosives and miniature rockets. As he once said, "It's amazing how many things you can get to explode." Fast forward to his early 20s, Elon saved up some money and moved to Canada. He wanted to get closer to living in America because he loved its opportunistic nature. Plus, he wanted to avoid joining the military in Africa, which was quite dangerous at the time. He spent over a year in Canada doing odd jobs, like gardening. It's interesting because I've noticed that many successful people have worked on farms or gardens at some point in their lives. It's like it builds character or something. After his time in Canada, Elon enrolled in college and graduated with a degree in both physics and economics. Talk about a powerful combination. One of his research papers in college was actually on solar energy and the economics behind it. That combination of physics and economics really shines through his work today. But enough about college. Let's fast forward a bit. After college, Elon founded a startup called Zip2. It was basically an online directory of companies, combining Yellow Pages and Google Maps. Now, one interesting thing about this startup is that Elon lived at the office. Yep, you heard that right. He worked crazy hours, like 70 to 80 hours a week. And he even took showers at the local YMCA because his coworkers complained about his smell. Now, that's commitment. I wish I could dive deeper into the story of Zip2 and how Elon made over $100 million by selling it to PayPal. But we'll save that for another time. Let's talk about SpaceX. Elon's dream was always to build a rocket, but he couldn't find one cheap enough. The Russians offered him a rocket for a price of $8 million, but Elon wanted something more affordable. So, what did he do? He took matters into his own hands and started building his own rockets. And let me tell you, there were many tests and failures along the way. But one thing we can learn from this is how Elon cared for his employees. One time, he overheard an employee complaining about his eyesight. The next day, Elon gave him time off work and actually paid for his laser eye surgery. That's the kind of leader he is. Okay, I'm skipping ahead a bit because I want to leave some surprises for you to discover in the book. But I want to touch on 3 things that make Elon Musk a successful entrepreneur. First, he would rather die than not try. He's all about making a difference in the world and helping others. Second, he never gave up. Even when things got tough, Elon gave it his all and had faith in his ideas. And third, he genuinely cared for his employees. No matter what it took, he wanted to make sure they had what they needed to get the job done. I hope you guys enjoyed this little review of the biography of Elon Musk. It's truly an inspiring story of a man who went from Africa to becoming one of the most influential figures of our time. If you want to read the entire book or pick out a free audiobook from Audible, I'll leave a link in the description below. And hey, don't forget to leave that comment about the most amazing thing you did when you were 12. Trust me, it will make sense later. Thanks for watching, and remember to subscribe for more videos. Oh, and shout out to God Wowro for the background music. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. See you in the next video. Hey there, my ambitious friend. Today, I've got something really interesting to share with you. I recently came across a book called Emotional Agility by Susan David, and let me tell you, it's a game changer. We all face challenging situations that stir up our emotions, whether it's a rude comment in a work meeting or a personal setback. The question is, how do we deal with these emotions in a productive way? You see, there are 2 common approaches that people take when faced with uncomfortable emotions: bottling and brooding. Some of us are bottlers. We try to suppress our emotions, push them aside, and carry on as if everything is fine. But guess what? Those emotions, like a corrosive substance in a bottle, will start to eat away at us and eventually leak out in unintended ways. Others are brooders. We dwell on the emotions, replaying the situation over and over in our minds, and struggle to focus on anything else. It's like a hurricane that keeps picking up energy with each pass, leaving us drained and unable to move forward. But here's the thing, both of these approaches are unhealthy and unproductive. They prevent us from truly processing our emotions and making real changes in our lives. That's where emotional agility comes in. It's about finding a better way to deal with uncomfortable emotions, so we can live a more fulfilling and successful life. So, how do we become emotionally agile? It all starts with step 1, naming our emotions. When we can accurately label what we're feeling, whether it's uncertainty, insecurity, or anger, we gain power over those emotions. We can acknowledge them and begin to understand why they're there. Step 2 is accepting our emotions. Our culture tells us that we should always be happy and that negative emotions are something to be avoided. But that's not true. It's okay to feel sad, angry, or anxious. The key is to accept those emotions without judgment. By doing so, we strip them of their power over us. Now, accepting our emotions doesn't mean we have to listen to them. That's step 3, stepping out of our emotions. It's about detaching ourselves and observing our emotions rather than being consumed by them. This allows us to see the bigger picture, to remember our values and goals, and to choose how we respond. And that brings us to step 4, acting according to our values. When we step out of our emotions, we can ask ourselves, is my reaction aligned with my values? This question serves as a powerful guide for our actions. It keeps us focused on what truly matters in our lives and helps us make choices that lead to growth and fulfillment. By following these 4 steps, naming, accepting, stepping out, and acting according to our values, we can develop emotional agility. We gain the ability to navigate difficult emotions with grace and purpose. We no longer let our emotions control us or hold us back from living the life we desire. So, My friend, I challenge you to implement this process in your own life. Take a moment to reflect on your current approach to emotions. Are you a bottler or a brooder? And then, start practicing emotional agility. Name your emotions, accept them without judgment, step out to gain perspective, and act according to your values. I promise you, it will transform the way you navigate through life's ups and downs. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and hit that notification bell. By doing so, you're not only supporting me, but you're also setting yourself up for success. Because remember, my friend, if you take these actions, you'll be on your way to mastering emotional agility and reaping all the benefits that come with it. And hey, if you found this video particularly valuable and you feel inspired to show your appreciation, you can give a tip proportional to the value you received. Just check out the link in the description for more details. Your support means the world to me, and it allows me to continue creating content that makes a difference. Now, go out there and conquer your emotions with emotional agility. Thank you for watching, and until next time, have yourself a productive week.